My sin was heavy, but chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing. Now your love is the air that I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open. 'Cause when you call my name, I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day.
Hey, good morning, Rooted Men. Guess where I am? Yeah, we are at the campground still in Addison Oaks. We are rolling out right after Connie's devotion or prayer this morning. And what a weekend. Wow. Busy, busy, busy.
We go home to recuperate from our vacation.
Yeah, I have to go home and rest up from vacation. I love that. Yeah, we had a beautiful, amazing, actually, worship night on Friday night. It was good. A lot of people showed up. The food was amazing, and we couldn't have asked for better weather this week. It has been nice, but not too hot. Other than the rain on Friday night was the only night we had any rain at all. This morning is threatening, but we're not there yet, right? So all in all, an amazing week. So I so recommend this if you want to get away from the world. All right, let's see. Chuck B was the first one on this morning, even before me. Tom Donnelly's here. Good morning, Tom. Chris Conley's here. Good morning, Chris Conley. Ken Gooch says, good morning, fellow brothers in arms. Dave Donnelly. Good morning. And AJ. How you doing, buddy?
AJ.
How'd that fast end up? Did it okay? I was glad to be able to help you with that. All right. So
always a lot of help.
I got a heckler this morning. All right.
No Bert?
No Bert Reggiani.
Bert.
He'll show up. He's just playing hard to get. All right. So today's verses are from 2 Corinthians 6, verses 14 through 18. And when I first read it, I thought to myself, wow, I only got 4 verses. That's awesome. But they're 4 good ones, and it's kind of power-packed stuff. So let me see if I can. Oh, I didn't do that yet. I am a slacker this morning. Share screen. Good news, I only have one other tab open, so it should only take a second. All right. Well, I have it in the right spot. Okay. Here we go. Let me double check, see where we're at here. Oh, yeah, I don't have it on here. That would have been bad. I'm sitting there talking away like it's up there, and it's not. All right. Paul says, do not be unequally yoked with the unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness, or what fellowship has light with darkness? It's a reminder. I love he uses the word yoke is a farming term, right? And he uses that with relationships. It's a caution about our mixing beliefs in our practical lives, right? But he uses the verses from Deuteronomy 12 where the law was written, you shall not plow with an ox and a donkey yoked together. And, at first thought, well, what difference would that possibly make? Well, it makes a lot of difference. An ox is a big, strong animal, and a donkey is a smaller animal, right? It would cause the strength of the ox would cause the donkey to be stressed. It would create conflict between the two. It would, and I think that's what Paul's warning us about as believers, because this can be used as a metaphor for maintaining distinct boundaries in our life and relationships. Paul points to a picture. He paints a picture, really, and it describes a partnership where people are pulling in opposite directions. I love that. You want to be yoked to somebody who's pulling the same direction as you. You want to be yoked in life, right? But let's continue on, because there's more to this. What accord has Christ with Belial? Now, that one stopped me right in my tracks, because that sounds like some sort of witch or some sort of crazy thing like that, right? But it's actually a Jewish term for worthlessness or evil, and it later became associated with Satan. So all of a sudden now, what looked pretty normal is now we're telling us, what accord has Christ with Satan? Think of it that way. What portion does a believer share with an unbeliever? What agreement has the temple of God with idols? For we are the temple of the living God, as God said. Well, the Corinthians culture, there was many temples throughout Corinth, pagan believers, and I'm sure that was leaking into the Christian church. It was, we're going to pray to this God or this idol, and pray to this idol, pray to that idol. And it just knowing people today, I can't imagine some of that stuff didn't try to leak into the church, and Paul's trying to put a stop to it. He's, whoa, we got, this is not what we're doing. I will make my dwelling among them and walk among them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. We can't completely avoid living in this kingdom, but God, that is what Paul's telling us, that we still live here, we still work here, but we be careful who we yoke ourselves to. I will make my dwelling among them, it says. Therefore, go out in their midst and be separate from them, says the Lord, and touch no unclean thing. And then I will welcome you, and I will be a father to you, and you shall be sons and daughters to me, says the Lord Almighty. Very short verses, but it's what the best part is. It's there's not a, it's not right. It doesn't. It's pretty obvious what he's trying to say. It's very clear. Paul is very determined to get that Corinthian church back in line. He knows we can't avoid this. We can't avoid people in this culture. In our kingdom. In Jesus' own words, he told us that Christians are not to be in this world, but of it. That's in John 17. But Paul ends the chapter with a statement about relationships. I love how he ends the statement. He talks about yoking ourselves with believers and all this other stuff throughout this whole chapter, this whole section. But then he ends the very thing with relationships. I will be their God. I would like a father. Okay, and he uses relational terms. Why does he do that? He wants you to know who your real family is. He wants you to know who's the healthiest part of your life, I guess, maybe as I would call it. Today, it hasn't changed in our relationships. If a Christian man marries a Muslim woman, there's going to be conflict. They're going to be pulling against each other. He's saying that's not healthy for either, probably. But for a Christian, it's definitely not healthy. In our business life, you wouldn't become a business partner with a guy that, if you're selling cows, hates beef, right? I mean, that just makes sense. In our jobs, we don't want a job it puts our Christian beliefs in conflict. And even in our families. I mean, there's family members that just are not healthy. They're difficult they're difficult in their lives, and their difficulty in their lives, and the things that they do may not ring well in God's kingdom. I love these verses for the fact that they continue to remind us that we're different. We're set apart. We don't need the trimmings of this kingdom because they're, as Solomon would say from Ecclesiastes, which has become one of my favorite things, they're a vapor. They're a mist. Here today, they're gone tomorrow. No matter what you accumulate, no matter what you get in this kingdom, it doesn't last. That's what I have for you today, boys. I hope it was good. I loved doing it. And I won't see you, but I'll be back at 9 with Connie for prayer. I hope to see you there. Have a firmly rooted day, gentlemen, and may someone see Jesus in you today. Peace.